Broadway's Next on Stage, sponsored by the International College of Musical Theater. And I'm your host, Richard Ridge. Last week, we introduced you to our top 15 contestants in our college category. Since then, you voted, and tonight we're back to reveal the top 10. Now, our top 10 received the most votes from our most recent round of voting, which opened on Monday, May 17th, and closed last night at midnight. And you voted them our top 10. And now our esteemed panel of judges will join us to provide valuable feedback for them to use in their next round of performances that'll be voted on by the public next week. Now, our judges will also review performances from the 3 contestants who didn't quite make the top 10, moving one of them forward to compete in the next round and for your votes. Now, let's welcome back our judges. Hello to Leslie Margarita and Kate Rockwell. And we're also happy to welcome back our third judge this week. She was last seen as Lauren Yee's award-winning play Cambodian Rock Band at Signature Theater. She originated the role of Princess Jasmine in Disney's smash Broadway hit Aladdin, and she is also in the closing cast of the Tony Award-winning musical In the Heights. Welcome back to Courtney Reed.
Yay! Gang's all here!
We missed you last week. You know, first of all, we asked all of our contestants this week their dream roles. So now I'm going to ask each of you, what is one of your dream roles that you'd love to play on stage? Any of you can start.
I want to do Evita. You haven't done Evita yet?
No!
We have to get you that outfit, those microphones.
I want to so badly.
No arms? Leslie, can we see? That,
Come on, I mean,
he's got to beat it. I love this.
Just one, though. Just one arm, you guys.
One with a pen.
I love that. Kate, what's your dream role?
I always say the same ones. I'm going to say a different one today because I was talking about the other day, but I'm like 25 years off of this, but I want to play Miss Lovett.
Oh.
Ooh.
But like someday,
Okay. And Courtney, for you?
I would have played Satine in Moulin Rouge.
You should be doing that now.
Okay.
I hear it's available.
I hear it's available.
We'll just put that out there into the ethernet or into the internet out there, into the world. Fabulous. Those are 3 really, really great roles. So listen, for all of you watching at home, if you'd like to learn more about our remaining contestants, scan the QR code to view Broadway World Stage Mag, which is an interactive virtual program to help you get to know all of our Next on Stage contestants and our judges who are here. Because, of course, I didn't read the beautiful bio for Queen Leslie or Kate Rockwell, but you can find all that out at Broadway World Stage Mag. So, you can also create a show program of your very, very own just by visiting stagemag.broadwayworld.com. That's where you'll find out the bio of all of our beautiful judges. Now, judges, are you ready to meet our contestants?
Yeah.
So ready? Do it.
Okay, here we go. The first contestant in our top 10 is David Carver. David's dream role is Quasimodo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Last week, he performed The Mason from Working, and this week he's singing from Company, Being Alive. Enjoy, David.
Make me confused, mock me with praise, let me be used, very night days, but alone is alone, not alone. Somebody crown me with love, somebody force me to care, somebody make me come through, I'll always be there, as frightened as you, to help us survive, being alive, being alive, being alive.
What a way to kick us off, David. Queen Leslie, I'll start with you.
David, your voice is phenomenal. Phenomenal. You already know that. We went through this. Here's my technical stuff. Whatever crap was in your video, dump it. I don't care if it's your roommates, dump it. Because all I could focus on was like the crap that was on the table. So get rid of it. I don't mind the light switch. If that's the only room you've got, fine. But all I could focus on, I was like, is that a ring light? Like I literally was trying to look at your crap. So get rid of the crap. The other thing with this song, I think I just wanted more of a build. I wanted, by the time you got to some, but I wanted a build. So, and I know it's a short time, but I need that emotional build. Otherwise it was a little flat for me, just not vocally, just emotionally. It was kind of at the same level. That's it.
Got it. Kate, for you.
Yeah, I think what Leslie is saying is exactly right. What's tricky is like, I don't think you did it wrong. I think you just didn't have the first 17 verses to build up to that. And so like, for the sake of an audition of this song and using this as an audition cut, like we kind of have to take the little bridge section that you started with down a notch or two so that the last chorus has like the real like that we want. And that's just because you didn't have other verses to build up to it. You sound wonderful. It's funny, I did notice the things behind him, but I got really held up on what you were looking to down left. I was like, what's down there? Is there any lyrics down there? Is there a cat down there? I like had a whole, I was like, is your roommate filming you down there? Like for TikTok? I don't know. I just wanted to know like what was happening. So for our next one, let's really pull up and straight. I know that in theater, we take hard corners when we're taking in a huge space. And if maybe that's what was happening is that you're really acting to the room. Unfortunately, on camera, it makes you look like you're looking somewhere else instead of at us. So abandon all things you've ever learned about musical theater and how to perform for the sake of this competition and every self-tape you ever do from here until eternity. And just keep me, if you want to do like you can give me this much, but you can't give me this much, right? So just stay with me. And if you're looking at lyrics down there, put them, they need to go back that way. They need to go in line with the camera so that I don't watch you look away and lose you every time you turn and look down.
Beautiful. Courtney, for you.
David, these ladies are spot on. I feel the exact same way. I had like Marie Kondo sad face. And I was like, I really was like, David, please, David, please. I can't with the crap, right? It's like I couldn't concentrate on anything besides the crap. It's true. But I am also a Marie Kondo queen. So like that's me. And you will get a casting director who is also Marie Kondo queen and will look down at the crap and just be like, I'm so distracted. Like, I don't know what Leslie's background is. Is it like a pop-up backdrop or something like that? Like $60, Amazon, get it. It's worth it. You're going to be doing many self-tapes. It's totally worth it. Write it off on your taxes. But your voice is so light and smooth. Like the talent is there. Let's just take away all the other literal crap and other things and your eye line, focus it, hone it in. And we're going to get a really, really, really good self-tape, I think.
Yeah. You know, what you told everybody last year too is, no one knows, like you all do, like, sometimes 18, 19 takes of something and everybody thinks, oh my God, it's the first one they're sending in. I know Leslie, I watch her all the time and she's crying in the bathroom or whatever. I try to do these 4 lines 67 times. Nobody knows that though. So the point is, what I think what you said last year too was watch these back right away just to get yourself set before you start to sing and say, oh, my ring light or the makeup mirror, whatever's sitting over there, all that stuff on the table. Find your little area. Look at my area. I have boxes on all the other sides of this. You have no idea what's on the other side. Where are your dolls, Courtney? Did you bring any of the dolls with you?
I didn't bring my creepy dolls. It's very upsetting.
All right. Well,
I can't believe season 3 no creepy dolls.
Look at Leslie. See, Leslie.
Lights. More lights.
Lights.
But we can't sing in the crowd.
So many lights are needed.
So many lights.
But you have all those. We're coming to your house now.
Well, I mean.
No, but it's like.
Blow it out.
But like I said, it's also finding the right cut to do, especially with a song like Being Alive, right? It's very hard because this song builds and builds and builds and builds and builds, and you're only seeing a small section of it. And these kids are all told, show us the very best you do, right?
Well, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that cut per se. Just know that in the cut, you have to still build the whole arc of the song, which is hard. That's the thing about 32 bars. It's hard.
Got
But
it.
that's the thing about auditions is you have to kind of fake the arc of it.
Love it. Well, David, thank you for kicking us off. Okay, next is Jamie Shea Cameron is our next contestant in the top 10. Last week, Jamie Shea sang See What I Want to See from See What I Want to See. Her dream role is Dawn in Waitress. And today she is fittingly singing When He Sees Me from Waitress. Take it away.
I'm not defensive, okay? I'm simply being cautious. I can't risk reckless dating due to my miscalculating while a certain suitor stands in line. I've seen in movies, most made for television. You cannot be too careful when it comes to sharing your life. I could end up a miserable life. Sorry, girls, but he could be criminal. Some sort of psychopath who escaped from an institution somewhere where they don't have girls. He could have masterminded some way to find me. He could be colorblind. How untrustworthy is that? He could be less than kind. Or even worse, he could be very nice, have lovely eyes, make me laugh, come out of hiding. Now what would I do with that? Oh God, what if when he sees me, I like him and he knows it? What if he opens up a door and I can't close it? What happens then if when he holds me, my heart is set in motion? I'm not prepared for that, I'm scared I'll break it open. But still I can't help from hoping to find someone to talk to who likes the way I am. Someone who, when he sees me, wants to again.
Jamie Shea. Courtney, I'm going to start with you.
So cute. Oh my goodness. I want to see what you did last week. Okay, this is a really, really, really solid performance. There are a couple things. I want you to say, this is so tough. A self-tape is not the same as a live performance, right? So it's like, you can't do the back and forth and the downstage and the upstage and the movement. And I don't want to feel like I'm in the scene with you if you're doing a performance and you're talking about someone else and you're talking to someone else. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm not being clear, but I know in the show she's doing so much around the stage, but you kind of have to stay a little bit planted in order for us to understand what you're saying. I mean, it's so cute and it's so great, but I was very distracted by this moment. And I want you to not anticipate those moments when, but what if he's this and what if he's actually that? And I'm actually more scared that what if I fall in love? That type of thing. I feel like I was like super jumbled in what I said, but did I make any sense? No, not really. Everyone's like,
You did.
You did.
ladies, do a better job for me.
Kate will follow you on this.
Okay.
No, I think what Courtney's saying, I think is exactly right, which is like, again, like this stupid thing where we're trying to take something that's huge and shrink it down to this tiny screen. Like any movement is a lot of movement. And so like while she is anxious and while that anxiety may translate in her body, on camera, like this is too close now. Like now we're too close. Now you're like weirdly whispering in my ear and I'm like, please don't whisper in my ear. I don't understand. I'm feeling uncomfortable. So like there is just this like weird technical shenanigans that we do in a self-tape, which is why they're hard for musical theater. We just have to like hang and trust that like it's working. I thought this was awesome. I especially thought after last week's performance, I was like, you took this note. I loved watching you do this. It was so sweet. I think there's no question in my mind that you're right for this role and that you will do this probably soon. But I agree that there's just technical stuff. And again, you guys, we understand how obnoxious it is to come back with technical notes all the time. But they take away. And if there's one thing we all get to learn from this competition, it's that like these tiny little technical things can inhibit the audition which sucks because like then we don't really get to see your performance because we're thinking about the fact that like now I'm like looking up your nose and I don't want to look up your nose. And on a stage you would never have that problem, but here we do. So just sort of stay stable and see if you can ground yourself. But I think I thought it was so sweet. I thought you did a wonderful job.
Beautiful. Queen Leslie.
I love you. I loved it. Going along with what they were saying, sorry, you can hear my gardeners. The first thing is I love this song in the show. I don't love this as an audition for you because your voice is rad and so cool and different. And I just wanted to hear a little bit more of it. And it's tough when it's almost a patter song, a lot of this. So I don't know if I would use it as an audition unless you were auditioning for the show. The other thing, what they were saying is the back and forth. I would even, when you're performing this on stage, what's so funny about this song is the crazy schizo-ness of it. And if you're moving while you're singing schizo lyrics, it's not funny anymore. It takes the funny out of it because you're just watching somebody moving. So I think when you're practicing it, really stay, like Kate was saying, plant yourself and trust that this is funny because you're funny already. And the extra, oh my God, is taking away from it almost. So I would, I know because I have the same problem. I do too much. And so you really have to like strip away to make it as funny as possible. So that's my only, as you're going forward. But I love this. I think you're fantastic. I cannot wait to see what else we get from you. I loved it.
See, they just said everything that Courtney said early on, right?
But just better.
We're just warmer, Courtney, because we had last week. So we've already practiced our soundbite.
Great. Love it. Thank you.
But Leslie has a gardener.
And Leslie's a gardener. Last week it was my gardener, except for it wasn't mine. It was gardener, but this week it's Leslie's gardener.
Oh, I love this.
Is
Okay.
he attractive? Oh.
Is he attractive?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay. Up next.
Good Gardner, but yeah.
Mia Charisse Hall is the next up. Mia's dream role is Zoe or Alana from Dear Evan Hansen. Last week, she sang For Forever from Dear Evan Hansen. And this week, Mia is taking on Our Lady of the Underground from Hadestown. Enjoy, Mia.
I don't know about you boys, but if you're like me, then hanging around a soul manhole is bringing you down. 6 feet under, getting under your skin. Cabin fever is a setting in. You stir crazy, stuck in the rut. You could use a little picking me up. I can give you what it is you crave. A little something from the good old days. I've got the wind right here in a jar. I've got the rain on tap at the bar. I've got sunshine up on the shelf. Allow me to introduce myself. Brother, what's my name? My name is Our Lady of the Underground. Brother, what's my name? Our Lady of Ways, Our Lady of Means. Brother, what's my name? My name is Our Lady of the Upside Down. Wanna know my name? I'll tell you my name. Persephone.
Wow. Okay. Mia, Queen Leslie.
Mia, your voice is just like the coolest. You're going to work so much because you have such an amazing instrument. I love this song for you, by the way, and you could totally play this role. Again, I don't know why this week we're all that. A little too close. I would pull back. The only thing I was missing from this song, which is so wonderful in the show, is the joy and the like laid back kind of like, she knows she's sexy. She knows who she is. And that whole like, what's my name is, I don't know. I was just missing the fun in it and in playing with the people that she's singing it to. So I would really kind of go back to, it's like an old timey kind of Mae West kind of feel. It's like I don't know. I was just missing a little bit of the fun. That's all. I don't know. Yeah.
Beautiful. Kate, for you.
I echo the sort of like worship of your voice. I think you just have the coolest sound. And I like every time you open your mouth, I'm like, I'm just so fascinated because it's so cool and it's so unique. And that is like awesome. It's so funny. I love this show. I have a big old crush on Amber. I like think this was so neat. I would say, I don't know. And maybe this is just my opinion. So you can totally disagree with me. I don't know that this is a great audition song because nothing happens. Like there's nothing going on. It's designed to be a performance for a group of people. If you don't have that group of people, you have to literally do your own answering of questions. I just sort of feel like this piece, while vocally shows you off in a really cool way, it just leaves you a little bit hung out to dry. I think Hadestown is a tough show to pull music from for an audition because it is so ensemble specific. There's very rarely a piece that is like, and now let me stand in center and tell you my story, which is kind of what an audition needs to do. I just think this structurally is gonna make you feel a little weird and a little hung out to dry. And that's not anything to do with you. That is just the way that this song is because of how it was designed. I would also say, like, because you're so cool, when you did the, like, I don't know about you boys that I can't even do, I was like, no, that's Amber's bit. You do your own bit. You don't need her stuff. You have your own cool thing going. Like, don't do her cool thing. Do your cool thing. And that is really hard to do, particularly when roles are created by very unique people in very unique circumstances. This is definitely one of them, but you're one of them too. So like you get to go create cool things on your own. Don't mimic other cool people doing cool things. You're way too cool for that.
Love it. Courtney, for you.
Drop the pen, honey. Yes, that was fierce. Okay. First of all, Mia, you are drop dead gorgeous. I just kept thinking, I was like, you are like an exotic, very young Uma Thurman who can sing. I was like, who is this girl? Right?
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like, that time I was like, oh my gosh, like I just watched Pulp Fiction. So I was like, wait, are you giving like the Uma Thurman vibes, but like in the best way because she's drop dead gorgeous and so are you. Like you are going to work on television in literally 2 seconds, probably because of this. But your talent is outrageous. I agree with the two ladies. I think with this song, I don't really think there's no storytelling. So I don't think it's a really great first impression song. For me, it's a first impression because this is my first week, even though it's the second week. But if you're going in for an audition, I think, choose something that you can tell a story with and really, instead of commenting on it, sort of live in it. I felt like there was a little commenting and not living in the moment, but you're ridiculously talented. Like you're stealing all of our jobs. Like it's happening tomorrow.
This is the song she would do for her callback for the role, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think if you were given the material, obviously, like amazing. But like, if you're bringing in your own thing, which is what the world we're living in now, I'm like, I just think that there's other stories that you can also show off vocally on.
Yeah,
that
correct.
Tell stories, that actually support you.
Totally.
Beautiful. Okay. Our next top 10 contestant is Nate Garner. Nate's dream role is Phoenix from Jagged Little Pill. Last week, you heard him sing It's Hard to Be the Bard from Something Rotten. And this week, he's performing Till I Hear You Sing from Love Never Dies. Here's Nate.
Your music, it teases at my ear. I turn and it fades away, and you're not here. Let hopes pass, let dreams pass, let them die. Without you, what are they for? I'll always feel no more than halfway real till I hear you sing once more.
Nate, Queen Leslie, I'm going to start with you.
Nate, talk about a 180. Yay. Like, I love that from being so funny and like I loved what you did last week to this was a total shock and a great shock. Your voice is incredible. So all I'm going to tell you is you have such great technique. I'm losing the emotion in your eyes. I felt like some of the movements were a little concerty. This felt like what you would do in a concert. I just lost, and it's so tough because, and you know, Kate can speak more to this. Your technique is so great that I just lost some of the emotion, if that makes any sense. Like your jaw position is perfect, and like, but then I lost this, and I'm not sure. I'm passing it on because someone else will say this better, but that's all. But come on, that voice.
Beautiful. Kate.
Yeah, wow, what a switch from last week. Courtney, his video last week was great. He did It's Hard to Be the Bard from
Something Rotten.
Something Rotten. And it was like super funny, super charactery, and then like here we are this week doing like the leading man of leading man's like stuff. It's nuts.
I love that.
And you sound incredible. I think, yeah, here's a weird one, right? Because like Andrew Lloyd Webber, like it's kind of designed not for actors, like kind of designed for singing. So here you are doing a thing with the singing, and the singing is exceptional. I don't know that you're supposed to do it any other way. I don't really know when you act, because like it's just like, who acts when they sing Christine? Like it's literally impossible to like do all that Aria Trilling stuff and then like also cry. It's hard. It's a weird balance, and this is its own weird style, right? This is just its own style. I would say like the closest thing we have to something like this is Bridges of Madison County, where like the acting was as like high up as the singing. I'm gonna play this whole day just like up and down these sleeves, guys. So number of times I move my sleeves. But I think that I think what you're doing is exceptional. I think that depending on where you do this, I think some people would take that and be like, boom, done, perfect. And then some people are gonna say, sacrifice 10% of the technique for the acting. That a lot of that is going to come in how you move your mouth. So sometimes the technique gets ahead of you because you make singer vowels instead of like, I don't know the song well enough to know what the words are, but everything is very properly placed. And you're like, yeah, that's how you sing it. And yet, like, if we could find like a happy medium between like the exact right way to sing it and like bursting into tears because you're so desperately in love and you miss someone, that's probably where some people would ask you to go. I think it's just dependent on who you're using this for. I can't tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
It's really hard. I mean, you sound incredible. And again, I think in an operetta performance, I think like for certain casting directors, that would be exactly what they would want for this kind of performance. And I think other casting directors would ask for more acting. So if you can find a way to do either one, depending on where you're going, I think it's going to benefit you. But overall, I was really impressed.
Beautifully put.
Yes, thank you.
He says, totally. Courtney.
I really wish I would have seen last week. I'm so sad. I'm going to go back and watch everything. But Nate, your instrument is truly incredible. It really is. I have to echo what the ladies are saying, though. It's like, I immediately, like, I wrote hands, sad face. Because I was like, all I see is hands everywhere. And I want to see your face. And I want to see your eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. And I want to see... let me into your world and what's going on in here, right? It's like when we get this, we miss everything else. And I think my favorite part was the end. And it kind of felt a little bit like maybe you were thinking about how you were singing and where you were going to place everything. And at the end, you're like, oh my gosh, it's over. It's like we've all done those self-tapes where we're like, we just want this to be done. And then the last note is the best. And you're like, great, I hit it. Okay, great. Now I can live in it. Like, let's live in it from the beginning. And, but yeah, you have an incredible instrument. I think this is just a note for everyone today. I think less is more. Like, you are enough. Just stand, be planted, try not to use your hands unless you feel like it really needs that like moment. But I think it's tough. And listen, when I was in college, I was absolute trash. So like you're all nailing it. It's just like we're just like nitpicking at this point.
I love that.
I was absolute trash. I was trash. I was like the worst like singer ever. So I was like, I don't know how you all are nailing it. You're all incredible talents. We're just like helping you be the best.
I love it. You're so honest. I love that. Okay, it's a strange dichotomy. It's like, do I do too little? Do I do too much? I loved his watch because I kept seeing the watch come in.
That's what I know. I was like, oh.
But it's that self-tape thing. You think, Lloyd Webber is so presentational. You do this stuff. It's like
right.
It's a concert, is a performance. It's it's that strange medium that they're all working on.
Yeah, it's an art. It's hard.
Yeah.
And it's an art that isn't designed for this. It's so hard now because we're combining mediums. And so and we're still figuring it out, right? So that means that we give conflicting advice too, because it's new to us to do musical theater on camera.
On camera. Next up is Aisha Feratovic, whose dream role is Veronica from Heathers. Last week, she belted out All Falls Down from Chaplin, and this week she's bringing us Requiem from Dear Evan Hansen. Enjoy.
Why should I go and fall apart for you? Why should I play the grieving girl and lie, saying that I miss you and that my world has gone dark without your light? I will sing no requiem tonight, 'cause when the villains fall, the kingdoms never weep. No one lights a candle to remember. No one mourns at all when they lay them down to sleep. So don't tell me that I didn't have it right. Don't tell me that it wasn't black and white. After all you put me through, don't say it wasn't true, that you were not the monster that I knew. 'Cause I cannot play the grieving girl and lie, saying that I miss you and that my world has gone dark.
Queen Leslie.
Aisha, I just love your voice so much, and this is heartbreaking and beautiful. I love this for you. Vocally, you're stunning. Let's now just really dig into those lyrics and that story. You're young, you know what this is. Really, again, you guys, the eye lines will ruin you. And if for something like this that is so heartbreaking, I need you to pick one place to deliver this to, only because it's a self-tape. So you were kind of looking around, and I lost some of the angst of this song. And you're so close. Like, you had really beautiful moments. I just really want you to dig into these lyrics some more and do some work on the acting part of it, because vocally you're stunning, and that's the only thing that's going to keep you back is not getting this story across. And I think a lot of it was eyeline, but really go back to this and look at these words, I think, because I just didn't believe some of it.
Got it.
It's
Kate.
Yep.
I think, I love this song. This is one of my favorite moments in the show. And I think it gets done a lot because I don't think vocally it's super complicated. I think you can make this song sound very good, like a lot of people can, and you do. You sound spectacular. My feeling about this is that you sang this too much. Because I think because you are such a strong vocalist and you do have a great capacity over your voice, we went into like singer in concert land where you were like, listen to how effing good I can make this song sound. And you did, but the problem is that we lose the story. And that's kind of like this weird thing that happens to people who are very good at singing, is that we tend to go into singer land because we can. And it is a gift, but it's also a curse. And the problem with this song is that this song is gut-wrenchingly awful, actually. Like, I hope in all hopes that you don't have anyone in your life that you lost that you were not sad to say goodbye to. That's like a devastating experience to have, particularly when you're this young. And so like to be able to verbalize like, I don't miss you and I'm not sad you're gone, to someone who is like in your life, it's just like it's a big thing to say. And putting that in Singerland, it means we lose a lot. It's a big loss to drop out, to like have the bottom drop out of the like devastation that this song is about. So you sound spectacular. But I think that again, like, I think be aware that because you are capable of being such a strong vocalist, you're going to need to fight against that time and time and time again to make sure you are really digging into the story, the lyric, and not how effing good you make everything sound.
Yeah, I don't have that problem, so I go the opposite way, which is
Courtney, for you.
Okay, Queen, the quality of your voice is incredible. I love your pop sensibility. Your instincts are incredible. But I have to agree with these two ladies. It's like the hardest thing about musical theater is you have to sing and you have to act at the same time. And although that may sound simple, it's not. We all watched Russell Crowe in Les Mis. Like, he couldn't do it. I'm sorry, Russell, but like, you were incredible in Gladiator. You like, I mean, you won an Academy Award, but you can't sing and act at the same time. Not everybody can do it. And it's just hard. But what I hate that I just said that. I'm so mad.
It's like perfect example. Great
example, right? Incredible actor. He can't do it. And not everybody can. But you can. And in that last moment, when you flipped up into that mix, I was there with you. I wanted to be there with you from the beginning. And that's what takes you to that sort of next level. And you'll see through all of these talented actors in the top 10, everyone at this level, like on Broadway or regional, wherever it is, everyone's going to be so incredibly talented, have amazing voices. But what's going to carry you to that next level is how invested you are and your acting abilities. And don't get it, like Kate was saying and Leslie was saying, it's like, don't live in that just the vocals. You have to have more than that. But I mean, I still loved it. I love that song. I mean, you're a queen, so just be better than Russell.
No, but that's what
the lowest bar. Just like be better than Russell.
Okay.
This is what Leslie Kate said last week. They were like, you have to find that happy medium between singing and acting. And it's so hard because certain songs lend more towards the singing and certain songs lend more to the acting. And you've got to know when you're putting it together, how much of each you have to bring to it. And like I said, this is an acting song. This is all about emotion. But
well, Pasek and Paul in general is a hard one because they write these soaring melodies that feel so good to sing, but like they're about devastating things.
Yeah.
Like, I think about Pretty Funny also is the same thing where you're like, this song can feel so good to sing, but if you feel good singing it, you're not paying attention to the story, and that's hard. That's a hard balance to strike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hilarious. So last year was Creepy Dolls. This year is Don't Be Russell Crowe.
You'll be better than Russell.
Russell. Next time I'm gonna go like into an audition room for a musical theater show, and Russell will be there. He'll be like, you know what? I saw you on Next on Stage, and you're no.
Goodbye now. I'm producing the show. You won't get a call back.
That's the truth.
Or in London, they call it a recall, right, Leslie?
A recall.
I learned
Yeah,
that.
recall.
Recall. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a callback? Is a recall?
Yeah, a recall.
It's funny because in the US, a recall is not a positive thing.
No.
It is if you want to part in a show.
Leslie's been recalled.
Right. You're like, I don't want that. I don't want to be recalled.
Queen Leslie has been recalled. Okay, here we go. Next up is Ty Gabriel Jones, whose dream role is Daniel in Once on This Island. Last week, you heard him sing Gethsemane from Jesus Christ Superstar. This week, Ty Gabriel is singing I Miss the Mountains from Next to Normal. Enjoy.
All these blank and tranquil years, seems they've dried up all my tears. And while he runs free and fast, seems my wild days are past. Nothing's real, nothing's real, and I miss the mountains. I miss the lowly climb, wandering through the wilderness and spending all my time where the air is clear and cuts you like a knife. I miss the mountains. I miss the mountains. I miss my life. I miss my life.
Now, Courtney, I'm going to start with you because you missed him last week. He was phenomenal last week too at Gethsemane. Let's hear about Ty.
If I was an agent, I would be like, you need to be with me like immediately. I'm going to make so much money off of you. You're incredibly marketable because you're so, you just have everything. You have an incredible look. You have a great style. You're very unique. Your voice is smooth and your acting is honest and truthful. What's up with the mattress? Oh no. I was like, what's going on? And then I could hear the mattress at some point. You know, I know how to solve this issue. Stand.
Yeah.
Stand. You won't have the mattress in there. We won't hear any of the like external sounds of moving when you're sitting on the mattress. I know it's tough. Like we all like live in small spaces or we're in hotel rooms or we don't know. We get a self-tape and we're like, I'm like in a trailer park, like I don't know, but like make it work, right? You have to make it work, and I think it detracts from the performance. So stand up, make sure nothing else is around. It's like you can have paintings if you want, but like not a mattress and pillows and things.
Also, made bed. Where are you sleeping tonight? I mean, I'm glad you're seeing, but I was worried about where you were going to sleep.
He's
No, I
moving
think
out,
he
or
moved
yeah.
to a college dorm. It looked like a college dorm that he just moved into.
But there were like kilos on the bed of something. I'm not sure. Like,
No, those are complete new sheets.
Yeah, they were new sheets.
oh, okay.
They were brand new.
He just moved into a college dorm.
Oh.
That's really
It was
CSI.
like a moth.
Natural light from the window. That's probably why he didn't pick the just the wall. So like, I loved his performance, but I said I know it's distracting. All right, Kate, go ahead.
I will admit that I did spend the first chunk of this staring at the bed, trying to understand why your bed wasn't made, and like what. And then I realized when you were sitting, because I like heard like I'm literally sitting on a bouncy ball right now, and that's like I felt like I heard shift in between like the silent moment of the song, and I was like, okay, I'm taking all that aside. I think Courtney's exactly right. We can solve all of those problems by just like standing you up. I will be honest and say I don't know if I really knew what this song means for you. I think you're beautiful. Like I think you are beautiful and your voice is beautiful. But this song is not about that. You know, and I just was like, this is like a gorgeous concert performance of a song. And I just wanted more in terms of the connection of the material. And I do think actually that sitting down is very challenging in terms of like making sure the stakes stay high enough, because naturally when you sit, you become more casual. That's like the point of sitting, is that it's not as hard. And so like, we don't have the same stakes. It's a unique thing to want to do an audition sitting down. I think having you stand will instantly force you into more of a committed performance emotionally. I think you're so I can't even put it into words because like I think you're exceptionally talented. This one I felt like fell a little flat, and so and I don't think it's just because the bed wasn't made, but I do want someone to make that for you. Has someone made your bed for you? Are you okay? I just want to know. So someone tell me at the end of this if you're okay or if you need someone to make your bed for you because it's hard. Hospital corners are hard.
You're hilarious, Queen Leslie.
I love that. I thought it was like kilos of something on the bed. Like
There were new sheets.
I clearly I don't know. I don't do housework.
Just like family-sized bags of rice or flour. Just
Literally, I was thinking
in the future.
Gardener, she doesn't do help.
Cereal.
I have a gardener. Ty, okay, your voice is phenomenal. Your look is phenomenal. We've gone over that. I don't love this song for you either. I think it was very pleasant. I just didn't get anything out of it. Here's the technical part. And I know you guys are all sick of hearing about what we think your self-tape should look like. You have to watch these tapes back. I hate watching myself, but you will then see that there's a moth, there's a creak, there's unmade kilos on your bed. And the thing is, I know you don't want to do this. Do you know how many nights though? And I put it on my Instagram where I am in tears. My husband's angry that it's midnight and I'm still squelching because I haven't gotten that tape right and I got to get it in by 8 a.m. the next morning. You just have to redo and redo and redo. And the crappy thing is that note isn't going to be there on the tape that is otherwise perfect. That is the worst part of all this, is having to redo it. But you have the opportunity to redo it. I know you're busy. We all are. Do not send in a tape like that. Make it as perfect, because you guys, I guarantee you, as great as you are, Ty, I would have shut your tape off just seeing the bed. So, and this is for everybody, and it's just the world that we live in right now. So we're just hammering this home. Because otherwise your voice is phenomenal. And I really would have been like, nope.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think about how many tapes these casting directors are looking at.
And they won't watch them. They
so many, they don't. And like half the time I submit a tape, I'm like, they're not even gonna open this.
No,
like,
or they'll see your face and go, nope, not right. So you don't give them any other
reason.
See, the interesting thing is the high school kids took that note. All of them took it between the first week and the second week. I know these kids are too, but they're all moving around and everything.
Yeah, it's hard. I know it's hard, but
everybody go to Queen Leslie's Instagram. I'm serious, because she puts this stuff out there. Kate does too, and Courtney.
Terrible.
They do a million times. I mean, you have to look and you'd be like, but like you said, I sounded better in the first take, but you can't send the first take in. You've got to send in that fifth take or whatever, and you got to find that happy compromise. Just stand against a white wall or whatever. If you're in a room with nothing behind you, you're also talented, right? Is what you're saying to all these kids. Just show them what you have without anything behind them distracting.
And the point is that you are in a group of people that is exceptionally talented, and so like everyone's tapes are going to sound good, but only one tape is going to have a bed in the back that's going to distract me from your first 12 bars. Like, so you're automatically setting yourself at a disadvantage against a whole bunch of other people that are also talented. And that's the hardest thing to learn about this, is that like literally every effing person you meet on the street who performs in this industry is good. They're good at singing. They're good at dancing. Except me, and they're good at acting. They're good at all the things. I love that I included myself in good at dancing. Good for me. But they're good at everything else. Some of them are good at dancing. But that's the point, right? Is that you cannot sabotage yourself. And I hate watching tapes. And sometimes, frankly, like I'll tape 10 things in a row and go back and be like, the one that's the least terrible is the one I send. Because like you eventually have to cut it off. But like you kind of do have to make sure that there isn't like, mine is always like cars or ambulances. Like if that stuff happens during a take, it does distract from your performance. Your unmade bed does, the dive bombing bug does. Like it's dumb, but it does. And you're competing against people who are just as good as you, who maybe did make sure that wasn't there. So it sucks, but it's extraordinarily competitive, and it's even more so now because this is hard and it shows every flaw. Beautifully put.
Okay, next up is Remy Mark, whose dream role is Francesca from The Bridges of Madison County. Last week, she sang Home from Beauty and the Beast, and this week, Remy is singing I'm Not Waiting by Andrew Lippa. Enjoy, Remy.
I dumb? Do I wear the wrong kind of jeans? Am I fat? Am I slow? Do I read the wrong magazines? Am I tall? Am I cold? Am I all the wrong in-betweens? I'm not changing. I'm not growing. You're not watching. I'm not going. We're not loving. You're not seeing that I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting.
Four years, 5 years, finally get that call. You're free, I'm free, free to disenthrall. But we scatter to a party as if it were an alibi. You lose me at the party, and I stop to wonder why I've been waiting for you. I'm not waiting for you.
Okay, Remy, Courtney.
Okay, Remy, your voice is really incredible. It's like one of those just sort of easy sounding voices. When you watch vocalists like you're just like, okay, I'm never worried about you. I'm not worried that you're going to nail it 8 shows a week. It's there. It's solid. It's just a gift. I feel like I'm just repeating myself over and over again, but it's like, it's hands, hands, hands. I want you to feel it. Don't see it. Don't show me with your hands what it is. Just see it. And if you see it, we as the audience will see it. So I don't know. It's just tough. I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but it just is so distracting, the hands and the hands. The second part, I feel like I'm saying the same thing too with everyone else. It's like the second half of your performance was more grounded and rooted. I was really paying attention, but unfortunately the first half, I was like, oh no, shoot, I don't even know what this song is about because I wasn't listening. And I think you got to get them from the beginning because they might just go, and we're not going to watch the rest. But your voice is beautiful and so easy to listen to, and I love it. I think you're a wonderful performer. I just hands.
Kate, for you.
Yeah, is this a Song Cycle song? Is this like one of his cabaret pieces, or is this from something that I don't know? Because I didn't know it, so I was like, oh, I wonder like what this is, because that maybe was going to inform what I had to say. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I think that this is one of those moments where I was like, oh, you halfway through, I immediately knew who you. I figured out who you were singing to. The first half, I was like, who are you talking to? Because it was like 50% of the way committed to what those things were in a specific environment. Like you were specific generally. And then halfway through, I watched you lock eyes with someone and I was like, there we go. That's it. These songs, particularly, I think this is a relationship song. Relationship songs are not the same if you are talking to your friend or if you are talking to your boyfriend or if you are talking to your husband or if you are talking to the one that got away. They are different. So that list that you did in the beginning is not a general like, am I a this or am I a this? Am I a this or am I a this? It's very tainted by a colored lens, depending on who is on the other side of it. And I didn't see that until halfway through. And then all of a sudden it became very unique and very special. I missed that in the beginning. So be really cautious, you guys, about who you are singing to. That changes everything. It changes how you say your own name. So like, that's what I can say to you is like, just make sure that you sound spectacular. And I love that you are utilizing a style of singing that not a lot of people are brave enough to utilize. And you're doing it in a way that still involves acting, which makes me very happy and very passionate about what you do with it, because there aren't a lot of us who do that. So like, keep doing what you're doing, but really commit to how specific it is, because it needs it.
Beautiful. Queen Leslie.
Rennie, obviously, what they said, and I, my first reaction was, "Good girl, you really took our good girl." Is so condescending. Really took our notes from last week of upping the stakes of what you were singing about, which I loved. Having said that, I don't know this song, but I will tell you that whenever I'm asked to sing an Andrew Lipa song, I go, "Oh God," because I know it's going to take me twice as long to break. It's going to take me twice as long to figure out what the song is about, what I'm doing with the song. It's just how he writes. So what Kate was talking about, like the specificity, his songs are really hard to do in an audition because, like Courtney was saying, like, we didn't really know what it was about. And if you're not so specific, he's one of those writers that Jason Robert Brown is too, that if you don't break the story or what you know you're singing about, no one else will get it. And he's just one of those writers. It's really tricky. So I would not recommend doing something like this in an audition situation because it is difficult for the audience or the auditioner to remove themselves and just listen to your voice because I'm trying to figure out what the story is. So it's everything they said. I think it is, if you're going to do something like this, it's got to be so specific, like the second half was.
Yeah.
But by then I've turned off the tape.
Got it. Beautifully put. Great words of wisdom from all of you. Okay, next up is Tori Vagassi. Tori's dream role is Elphaba in Wicked, and fittingly so because last week we heard her sing Defying Gravity, and this week she's bringing us a cut from Wicked called Making Good. Enjoy, Tori.
'Cause in my gut I know I can do something great. I don't know what yet, but when I do, just you wait. When they see all I've done, they'll tell me you're so wonderful. We wish back then we'd understood. You'd be making good. I'll be making good. Undertaking new inventions or discoveries. Maybe find a cure for some disease. Maybe I could make world hunger cease. Or perhaps I'll paint a masterpiece. Something that astounds, something that amazes, something that moves everybody, seeking my praises. And at long last, I'm taking my turn and oh my. Just watch how fast I'm going to learn how to fly. Just watch the lightning strike. And when they see what I can do, all us will love me like they should. In a likelihood, once I'm making good.
Okay, Kate, I'm going to start with you.
Well, for one, thank you for not being in a bathroom. Just say it out loud because I know we're all thinking it. Just gonna say it. I appreciate the plain background. Thank you very much. You might still be in a bathroom, but see, I can't tell now. So that's what makes me happy. Like, I don't know if there's a bathroom stall behind you, and that's great. I love that very much. All of that aside, I really want to hear you do a different character. And here's why. Elphaba is awesome for vocalists. This song is in the show? Question
I don't know.
Cut from the show?
There's a cut song from
Oh,
Like,
wow.
I don't know this, and I've seen Wicked more times than I want to admit on Broadway World. But like, I was like, am I dumb? Is this like a song that I just missed? I'm all for. Look, I'm all for cut songs. I think sometimes they're interesting pieces that will showcase things that we're used to seeing in another format. Like, I'm okay with it. It doesn't weird me out. Some people are weird about cut songs, but I like say whatever. I just think there's I want to see you invest in a character. And Elphaba is a little tricky, right? Because frankly, vocally, she has to do insane things, which means a lot of times the songs become vocal showcases, which is what we said about last week with Defying Gravity. Like, you sound amazing on this stuff and you can sing it, which is awesome. But I want to see you act. I want to see you do more than that. And this is another vocal showcase that sounds beautiful. And I saw that already. I know you're a great singer. Like, I don't need that now. You know what I mean? I want to see you bite into something that you can actually chew on, not vocally. So let's like see you do something that has a little story to it. This was a bit, Bessie agrees. this was a nice step up, and I don't just mean because of the background, but because it was different and it was something that did involve a little bit of storytelling. But I really want you to like go and be brave and like do something new that isn't from that show.
Got it. Queen Leslie.
Same. Yay, no bathroom TikTok. Your voice is incredible. Yeah. I'm with Kate. I need you to do something. This felt a little hokey, a little like you've done this a million times, and a little. I want to see what you do differently. Here's my thing, and this is what we're saying with all these shows that are so vocally heavy. My pet peeve is when people are like, "Oh my God, I throw my shoe at you. You're amazing, your voice," and I'm like, I felt nothing. So don't be a part of that. Even if you're going to do Wicked, change it up. Don't sing it. Don't, like I want to see something different. If you're going to do something like Wicked, just completely change it up for me. And so that I know you're not just another girl I can plug in any production. You know what I mean? Like be brave in this competition. There is a time and a place for that. Absolutely. If you're auditioning for that show, but for this, change it up.
Well, and they're going to hand you the material from that anyway if you go for the show. So like, don't worry about that. You're going to get your chance when you audition for Elphaba to sing all the Elphaba stuff. Now show me something that's like Elphaba but different.
Also, there's a reason why this song was cut.
No, but I love
Savage.
No, but
Well, I mean, it's not a great
right.
song. It didn't do anything for her, and I think it probably didn't do anything for the character, which is why they replaced it.
Got it. Courtney, for you.
Song choice is so hard.
Yeah.
It took me like 10 years to find songs that I felt like were actually like good in my voice and told stories and I could act. That's really tough. And so I think it's sort of a common theme. I think I'm giving sort of a lot of notes that are very much for everyone. But I think as a rule of thumb, I don't think you need to look straight down the barrel for anything unless it's very specific. It's like when you're auditioning in real life, you don't want to look at the casting director. You don't want to look at the director. You don't want to put them in your scene. We watching your tapes don't want to feel like we're in your scene. We want to feel like we happen to be watching you in this moment and you happen to be acting it and singing it. I think for everyone, and this goes for you as well, Tori, I'm willing to hear you guys crack a little bit if you're in it. Like I just want to see you being so invested in these characters. I would much rather choose an actor over a singer. Like and I think at the end of the day, you're going to have two people that are equally vocally incredible and your voice is incredible. It was like very much giving me like Adina vibes. And so I was like, I just want to see the actor. I want to see the actor rise to the top. And I think that they almost always do. So, just invest, you guys. Just do it. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
You all just nailed this because like you said, 10 people all going to be able to sing this stuff, but who can act it also? Who's bringing that extra thing, which is the acting element, which you said. So you've all been nailing this. Okay. We have 2 contestants left in our top 10. Next is Charlotte Odosanya, whose dream role is the witch in Into the Woods. Now, last week, yes, you heard her sing I Give It All For You from Songs for a New World. This week, Charlotte is singing Stay With Me from Into the Woods. Enjoy, Charlotte.
Princes wait there in the world, it's true. Princes, yes, but wolves and humans too. Stay at home. I am home. Who out there could love you more than I? What out there that I cannot supply? Stay with me. Stay with me. The world is dark and wild. Stay a child while you can be a child.
Yes, Charlotte. Okay, Courtney, I'm going to start with you.
I feel like, okay, Charlotte, I love your voice. I love your look. You are very, very talented. I think I'm just giving the same note for everybody. I feel like I wasn't sure if this is hard to explain, but I feel like maybe you didn't have like a full understanding of the song because I wasn't in it. I feel like we're so savage this season, or maybe just like this moment, and I feel like it's tough love, but a lot of you are incredible vocalists and you have such amazing gifts that I'm just not seeing anything deeper than that.
No, but
I feel like I'm being mean this season. No, okay.
these are people who are going to want to come and audition for Broadway and regional and all the big roles and audition with the big guns, and you're just telling them how it's done. I mean, this is, you're telling them the facts.
Yeah, it's like I'm seeing a lot of hands and like, stay with me. It's like you don't have to show me, stay with me here, like here. You could literally just like be, on the eyes, and you can tell so much with your emotions and how you, if you're feeling it, we'll see it and we'll be like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Like, oh my gosh, I'm in it. But if you're showing me with your hands, then I'm distracted. I'm the same thing, but you're all so incredibly talented. That's the thing. It's like you all have this gift and you're so talented. You all will work for sure. We just want you to be like, we want to like level it up,
Beautifully put. Kate, for you.
Yeah, I think that you hit the nail on the head, Courtney, which is like there's a difference between experiencing something and showing me that you're experiencing something. And I think that's what it is. And you also picked like one of the most iconic acting roles in the history of musical theater. So like you did set yourself up.
Yeah.
Right? Like she's literally like Sondheim is the acting guy, the acting writer of the musical theaters. And then you picked like the most iconic role in the most iconic show of the most iconic writers. So you put your stakes up high. And so now it's like, yeah, we want to see you like really invest. And maybe because The Witch is traditionally 3 times your age and life experience, maybe you're not in a place yet where you can connect to that. And that's okay. I can't do Sweeney Todd either. Like nobody wants to watch me, this like sad, I'm not talking about how old I am, do Mrs. Lovett. I haven't lived enough yet. That's why I can't do it. And so maybe we're at a place where like that's an amazing dream world to have, but maybe it's not the right audition material for you yet, because at the end of the day, it is a role that you are too young for. So I think that maybe that's what we're dealing with here, because I love you and I think you're so talented and I can see like what's happening here. I think it's just requiring like a life experience that I hope you don't have. I guess I don't know your life. But like we're talking about like extraordinary depth that comes from years of living life. And that's a tough thing to fake, particularly when you're in your 20s. So like sounding beautiful and loving the material doesn't mean that you necessarily have that it's the right thing to be auditioning for or auditioning with, excuse me. So maybe we just like put this one on a shelf for a little while and find something else for you that's like also interesting and equally deep and like kind of crazy but younger, that you can connect to, and then we can start talking about what we can do to really dial you in. I don't even know what to say. I'm like, I don't know how to connect to this role. I don't know what that's like. So that kind of like sadness and loneliness and manipulation, like that's a dark place to go. And so like, if you don't have that, that's a good thing. If you don't have that to draw upon. So like, let's hold off on this one maybe, and let's do something else next week. And we can do something that's maybe a little bit more age appropriate.
Beautifully put. Queen Leslie.
Same stuff. I mean, Charlotte, this has been a dream role of mine since I was a teenager.
Right.
And I'm just now being like, oh, I think maybe now maybe now I can start doing it. It is what Kate was saying. It's one of those roles, but if you guys work on things like this that maybe aren't right for you, I cannot tell you, I have watched Saint Bernadette do this song hundreds of times because she is in prosthetics and that message is still coming through. You hear it. because I love this song and I love her so much. You hear it on the recording. Her voice is cracking because she's so invested in it. So if you guys are going to work on things that are before your time, I was doing Mama Rose when I was 18, working on it. And I'm like, but if you're going to work on it, you have to really then go the extra mile to be like, it's just more homework. So again, you guys, it is kind of all the same, because in this year, you're all phenomenal this season, phenomenal vocalists. So we're just pushing you for the acting stuff, because again, Charlotte, your voice is incredible. I just wasn't, not yet for you.
Got it. No, but you all have dream roles you want to do, and you're not ready for them either. And you've got the name quality to do it, the name recognition. Beautiful. Okay. Yes, you do, girl. Yes, you do.
I wish you were casting, Richie.
Ask you all these roles you want to do. Okay, so here we go. And finally, you saved him last week from our bottom three. Get ready, Courtney. Next up is Kodiak Thompson, whose dream role is Monty Navarro from A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. Last, they performed My Petersburg from Anastasia. This week, Kodiak is singing Noel's Lament from Ride the Cyclone. Enjoy.
A hooker with a heart of black charcoal. I write poems to burn by firelight, drink champagne and guzzle gin. Good girls call me the town bicycle. Don't knock it till you've tried my life of sin. For I sing songs until the break of dawn. I embrace a new man every night. My life's one never-ending carnival, a whirl of boozy, floozy, flashing light. For I sing songs until the break of dawn. I embrace a new man every night. My life's one never-ending carnival, a whirl of boozy, floozy, flashing light. I want to be that fucked up girl, to be that fucked up girl, girl. Be that fucked up girl.
Yes, saved from the bottom three. Now, Courtney, you didn't see him. I'm going to start with you. Let's hear about Kodiak.
Okay, I'm fully gagged right now, first of all. I was not ready. You were like, get ready. And I was like, I'm ready. And I was not ready. I was like literally gagged like the whole time. Okay, I loved this performance. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is what we've been talking about the whole time. It's like, you can do movement. And if it makes sense, it makes sense. You're still planted. You're still rooted. You're not going back and forth, upstage, downstage, and like looking into the camera and doing moments. If you're like kind of crazy and kooky, like sure, you maybe look down the barrel for like a second or whatever it is, or make these choices. You're making a solid choice here. The vocals are incredible, but like, the vocals are just the icing on the cake. I was into the acting of this song. I was invested. I don't know what this song, I don't know Ride the Cyclone. Like, I don't know what it is, but I was there for you. I was on that ride of the cyclone, honey, and I was like going, and it was still going. And then the vocals were there, and the things and the girl and all of that. And it was like, are they going to bleep this out? Like, there were so many things. This was a solid choice of a song. This was my favorite performance of the day. I can't believe you were saved. She's gagged. She's gagged.
I love it. Kate, for you, Kodiak.
I love this. Does a girl sing this song normally?
Yes,
like,
maybe.
Does anybody know? Someone tell me what the show is about. I'm going to go Wikipedia it after this because I'm fascinated by.
You'll be obsessed with this show after.
Okay. But so, Richie, do you know if this is normally sung by a man or a woman?
I do
or
not.
A character with a gender?
But it's a great show.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go find out.
But they sang it.
it's a brave choice, right? Like it's a really brave choice in any direction. It's a brave choice. And you really went there, which I love. I love to just watch someone love what they do. And this is something that like I will sacrifice perfect vocal. I will sacrifice crying real tears. I will sacrifice all of that if it looks like you're having fun doing what you're doing. And this is that. This is exactly that. I could see how proud you were to be doing this, and I had fun watching you have fun. And like, even without having a single clue what the song is about, I was like, you're fascinating, tell me more about you. Like, and it was such a cool change too from last week, which again I know Courtney didn't get to see, but like it was such a big change from last week's performance. And it shows me your versatility, which I love. When you have a chance to show off how versatile you are, usually take it. But I would say like my one piece of feedback for you is I think there's and this is entirely subjective. What if you play with it being a little bit less true? I mean, frankly, like that's a terrible way to say that, but like, how much do you really love that everyone calls you the up girl? Like, is that like a, I really love it, or is that like a, I love it? Okay, I love it, because that there's usually a sadness with these characters that whether or not we discuss it, it's underlying. And I wonder what happens if that sadness is a little bit more present and there's a little bit less. The joy can be a little bit more manufactured, because I think that adds a really cool layer to this song. I'm maybe talking out of my butt right now since I don't know anything about it, but I just think that'd be really interesting and another color to play with. So, but I love this. I thought it was great, and I'm so glad you're still here.
Beautiful. Queen Leslie.
I mean, I love you. I love you. I love you. Yes, blue backgrounds. Totally going off what Kate was saying. Kate, I 100% agree. I think it would be super cool, Kodiak, because I know you have this. I know that you have the ability to maybe peel back that layer and we get some of that like not so great fucked up girl, and then it's right back again. You know, I think that's just something you can play with. Again, you guys, way to show the versatility. Last week, total hetero Derek Klena, My Petersburg. To this, I'm like, yes, 100% love it. You can do anything. I got like Baby Lucas Steele vibes, like all those like cool, you know, I'm so happy that you're in this, because it's a way to be like, yes, I can do the leading man stuff, but here's some other really, really cool shit stuff to do. So other kiddos, take note. That is a risk, and that risk paid off. I love it. Yeah, I would just do, and I don't know the show either, but I would do the same thing. Like I would just maybe try some other stuff, go against the grain. And the fact that you have notes that I will never have is crazy. But in my key, like I just
well, that's the thing. I'm like, do we usually have this in a female voice? Because it's way cooler in a male voice to be able to do that. So like, it's not nearly as fun if a woman's doing it.
But see, it's what you said. Take a risk. We've seen you do something one week. You asked everybody last week, switch it out. Show us another side of yourself. And he did that. And you saved him from the bottom three, as you've done in years past. This is what's so great about this competition too. You know, it's a numbers game, but boy, he was saved, and he's so good at what he does.
Yeah, so good. Loved it.
All righty. Well, there you have it, our top 10. Now, when we come back, our judges are going to see performances from the three that almost made it, pushing one of them in that last spot for the top 10. Welcome back. The judges will now watch performances from the three contestants who almost made our top 10. The judges will then convene and decide to allow one of the contestants to move forward in the competition. First up is Gabby Haxon. Last week, she brought us Higher from Allegiance. This week, she is taking on How Did We Come to This from the Wild Party. Enjoy.
Maybe I've been living in a daydream. Maybe I've been talking in my sleep. If I've been awake, pardon my mistake. But time is running low and talk is growing cheap. We play our games. We place our bets.
Okay, next we have John Katz. Last week he sang Poison in My Pocket from A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. And this week John is singing I Think I Like Her from Summer of 42. Enjoy.
I think I like her. I think she's one of a kind, like Greta Garbo and Lana Turner. Combined, all the women of my dreams have been replaced. What's more, I like her. She made me coffee. I'd never tried it before. It nearly killed me. But now I'm thirsty for more. And I'm certain that I'll never like the taste. I think I like her. This isn't like me, but who can blame me for all that I feel? A gorgeous goddess appeared on Earth, and she's totally real. Back home in Brooklyn, some girls will do as you please, but they're too easy, which does not put me at ease. That is not the kind of woman I prefer. I've been holding out for someone more like her. I think I like her. She might be feeling the same. It's just beginning. Soon I'll be winning the game. I know I like her. Except I don't know her name. I should have asked her. She could have told me. Well, if she liked me, she called me Hermie.
Yes, John. Okay, and lastly is Tori Hatcher. Last week we saw her perform Never Never Land from Peter Pan. This week Tori is singing Thank Goodness from Wicked. Enjoy.
There's a kind of a sort of cost. There's a couple of things get lost. There are bridges you've crossed you didn't know you've crossed until you've crossed. And if that joy, that thrill, doesn't thrill like you think it will, still, with this perfect finale, the cheers in the belly, who wouldn't be happier? So I couldn't be happier, because happy is what happens when all your dreams come true. Well, isn't it? Happy is what happens when your dreams come true.
Okay, judges, you've got a lot to talk about. So when we come back, our judges are going to share who they want to save from the bottom three. Broadway's Next on Stage is sponsored by the International College of Musical Theater, offering world-class musical theater training taught by West End and Broadway professionals. They bring in the very best talent from both sides of the Atlantic, who know what it takes to succeed in order to provide the best training available anywhere in the world. So go to www.theicmt.com today to start your journey to Broadway, the West End, and to wherever your musical theater dreams may take you. Welcome back, judges. Who are you sparing to move on to the top 10?
Richie, this was so hard. All three of you are phenomenal and so different. So different. So we decided to go with Tori. We are saving Tori.
Tori Hatcher. Now tell me why.
Tori has like something that is so different that we're very much looking forward to seeing going forward. There's something that's very, very different than anybody else in this competition. There are some notes though, Tori.
Yeah, Tori, I want to say this to you because I feel like I feel like maybe I said something last week that may have been a little bit misunderstood. I want to make sure though that as we go forward, that there is like no costuming. You do not have to costume for the audition. In fact, you should not. You can audition for Glinda in literally any color. It doesn't have to be pink. You can audition for Glinda in a very simple makeup, hair, dress, everything. And in fact, you should. Don't tell them what you think the character they have wardrobe departments for that, and like just like many designers who will do that for you. So next time going forward, whatever song you choose, just like keep everything really simple. You don't have to theme it. It doesn't have to be like fully complete. Like I think the eye makeup needs to come down a touch. I think that the outfit was just too it was too costumed. And so let's like strip all that down and let's keep it very sleek and very simple so that it doesn't take away from what's happening here, right? Because this is the part that we need to see and we need to focus on. And when I got past the fact that you did look like you were dressing up as Glinda, I got that, and that's like one of the reasons that I think that this is a great decision is to keep you. But we gotta like let's simplify all this other stuff and let's just like come in looking like a totally put together human being and just show us what you do. Don't feel like you have to put anything on top of that.
I would love to see no fairies or witches.
Yeah, what about a person who lives on Earth? That'd be a fun character to see. Because so far we've been like someone who flies and lives in Neverland and someone who flies in a bubble and lives in Oz. Like what if we give a character that's a person?
Beautifully put. I know you all said show new colors next week. So getting into the home stretch, push yourself, show us another side of you. That's really, really great. Well, listen, congratulations to everyone who is moving on to our top 10. We'll be back next Friday, May 28th at 8 p.m. to announce who is making it into the next round. Now make sure to follow Broadway World on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to find out whether the next round of voting is open to the public. Ladies, it is so great to have you. Courtney, welcome back. We missed you so much. I've got my girls together. This was really, really great. Everybody, have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.